Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday, the 4th day of April 2025. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field along with first responders who are out here working together to save lives, those that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Those helping to rescue people who are victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts that create the demands that cause these industries to exist. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and veterans homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So, big news. The big news yesterday is that Brunson is practicing, and he will be available this weekend. After listening to Todd Thibodeau regularly for at least the last 5 years, there's certain things you pick up. First off, and which a lot of ignoramuses don't pick up because they're just based on their emotions and fantasies instead of listening to what the man says. But he does give you hints about what he's planning on doing, and then you use that with what he has already done and actions he has already taken to kind of navigate what's going to happen going forward. So Brunson is probably going to play against Atlanta. Brunson will probably play. And I think, and he said, the quote from Steve Popper, not that I trust anything Popper says, except I do trust Popper to give accurate accounts of the injury status of the Knicks players. I don't trust him with anything else in terms of any rumors about any players. I have no trust nor belief in anything he says. But in terms of the injury status of New York Knicks players, I do believe he gets that correct. In fact, he has shown that he does. So he quoted Thibs as saying that Deuce and Cameron are very close. That means very close to playing. What does that mean in Thibspeak? What does that mean? They'll probably both play Sunday against Phoenix. So you're going to get Jalen Brunson on Saturday afternoon against Atlanta. You'll probably get Deuce and Payne Sunday against Phoenix, which means you're going to get Brunson and Wright at the point guard against the Leprechaun and them on Saturday. Now, if you watched Karl Anthony Towns, it is painfully, no pun intended, it's painfully obvious he cannot run. He almost limps when he's running. It's because of his knee, okay? So it's obvious his knee is hurting him. What's the answer to help it? Well, you want to give him some rest as much as you can now, because what you want is you want him for the playoffs, and there's no back-to-backs in the playoffs, and at least you want him to be in a semblance of health when it comes to a 7-game series. Even on one leg, I don't think anybody can guard him in the NBA. He's been getting fouled going to the basket almost every time he goes to the basket. Now, sometimes he does stupid things and creates a foul himself. He has a bad habit of doing that. That's been his whole career. But most times, nobody can guard him. He can either shoot the three and kill you or go by you and dunk on you. And even with one leg, he could do that. But it hinders him defensively. Defensively, you need to have some lateral movement. He doesn't have any. I'm hoping, actually, as a side note, that in the off season, he can get some sort of procedure, some sort of minor knee procedure, a scope or something of that effect that would bring him into camp at least as fully healthy as he could be without the knee issues. But for right now, I don't expect him to play on a back-to-back. I don't expect him to do that. And then we know Mitchell Robinson is not playing back to back. So what does that mean? You're going to get one of them against Atlanta and another one against Phoenix. That's how they're going to do it. You can get one of them against Atlanta and you're going to get one of them against Phoenix. I don't know what order it's going to be, but that's going to be what happens. So you're going to get one of them and then one of them. One of them will start against Atlanta. The other one will start against Phoenix. It depends now. Since MitchRob cannot play a back-to-back, I would hope that Cat plays against Atlanta. That gives Cat 2 days rest before they play Boston on Tuesday. I don't know if Boston is going to play their regulars on Tuesday. Right now, the way things sit, Boston is at 56 wins. They got 56 wins and they got 6 games left. If they're shooting for 60 wins, they might play their full guys, but I don't think it's that important to them. I think what's more important to them is the playoffs because they're the defending champions. They have locked in the second seed. They're up by 8 games on the Knicks and they're down 5 games for Cleveland. They ain't catching Cleveland and the Knicks ain't catching them. So they locked in the second seed. There's no reason for them to play their regulars. But I can guarantee you a couple things. Kristaps Porzingis probably will see the court very little, if at all, from this point to the end of the season because they need him for the playoffs. Jrue Holiday, who's had shoulder issues the whole season. He's been dealing with shoulder issues. He is 34. He's going to be 35 in June. So they might rest him for the rest of the playoffs. I don't know about Brown, Tatum, and White. I don't know about those guys, what the Boston Celtics are going to do. But those other 2 guys who they need to make a championship run, that would be Kristaps Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. I can see them resting them. Okay? So I don't know. Well, put it this way. When the Knicks play them on Tuesday, I can guarantee you those 2 guys are probably not going to play. And then the Knicks are not going at Boston with the full contingent, which is fine. Because what I want is I want 50 wins. Now, if the Knicks could win these 2 games over the weekend, that accomplishes that task. They have 50 wins. Or they'll get one against Boston and they get it. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So you're probably going to get MitchRob starting one of these games and Cat starting the other one. Like I said, I'd rather have Cat start against Atlanta, sit Mitch, start Mitch against Phoenix, sit Cat, and then you have them both, if you need them, for Boston next Tuesday. And so you got Boston Tuesday, and then next week, Thursday and Friday is a back-to-back. That's another back-to-back. And I think they will do the same thing in that back-to-back. You're going to play one of them, one game, one of them, the other game, and then the other one rests. Okay? MitchRob only because he's on a protocol not to play back-to-back. He probably could if he needed to. Cat because we need him as healthy. He's not going to be 100% for the playoffs, but we need him as healthy as possible for the playoffs. So that's how I see this playing out. The Knicks they're a lock to get 50 wins. They're going to get 50 wins. Question is, can they get 52? Right now, they have played 76 games. They got 6 games left. I think they could go 4-2 in these last 6 games. That will get them 52 wins. Okay, that's fine. And that's a good season. Another 50-win season for Tom Thibodeau. Thank you, Tom Thibodeau. But we got to strategize going forward. So that's what I'm thinking. So this weekend, you'll get Brunson against Atlanta. I don't know if you're going to get Brunson Sunday against Phoenix, but you're going to get Deuce and Payne against Phoenix. And that's a good game for Payne. As you know, Payne and Shamet were former Phoenix Suns. So that's a good game for them. I'm expecting Shamet to show up and show out at Madison Square Garden against the Phoenix Suns on Sunday. So that's going to be good. But I'm not sure if they're going to play Brunson just coming back on the back. They might just to get, because he's healthy, just to get him acclimated. They might. But he's definitely playing against Atlanta on Saturday afternoon. So then you're going to have Atlanta on Saturday afternoon, Sunday, you'll have at least Deuce and Payne coming back with Wright. And then against Boston, you can probably have whoever. You can have your full contingent against Boston. You can have your full contingent. So the big thing here is you don't want OG Anunoby to get hurt. To me, he's the key. We already know that he's locked down on defense. He's going to be all-NBA defense. That's a lock. He's going to be all-NBA defense. First team, no doubt. So but offensively, he's having a career year because he's breaking out with moves that he has never used before, okay? He's breaking out with moves he never did in Toronto, okay? And he already had, coming into the Knicks, coming out of Toronto, he was already top 5 in corner threes and spot up threes, already. He still is doing that, but now he's like a freight train. He's LeBron Light going to the basket right now. Really, he is. He's LeBron Light going to the basket. He's like a freight train, okay? And then he finished with a dunk usually. I mean, that's how bad this dude has been. So if we got to keep him healthy. Because if we go into the playoffs with a healthy Mitch Robinson and a healthy OG with Brunson and Deuce and Payne, yeah, I want to see Cleveland and Boston then, okay? I want to see them there. The Knicks have never played Cleveland, Boston, or OKC this year with their full contingent, and it's not a back-to-back. Not once, okay? So every time they've played Boston, they're missing key pieces. Always Mitchell Robinson, right? The first time we played, we're missing Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa. And then, it's a back-to-back. A couple of times we played Cleveland, it's been the second half of the back-to-back. So all of these people talking about we can't beat these guys are stupid. I'm just going to say it, stupid, okay? We can beat them. And going into the playoffs with a healthy contingent, I want to see it then. I want to see people pop off then, okay? Because we're going to come ready. Now, for this week, though, avoid injuries to OG. I'm not worried about the rest of them. I'm not saying we don't need them. We need everybody. But avoid injuries to OG. I don't mind if you sit OG, play him 28 minutes and then sit him. Because he's very valuable. If OG comes into the playoffs playing like he's been playing, it's going to be on. And the thing is, it's hard for me, and I respect, as one of the wise men, Ian Begley, really do. I don't respect who he has on his channel when he does that Begley put back or whatever he's doing. Most of the times he gets a bunch of idiots on there. That gives you, and every time, no matter which one it is, which village idiot he gets, they're always talking about some big trade the Knicks going to make. Let me just ask y'all, listen carefully. The Knicks gave up a lot to get Mikal Bridges. You think they're just going to give up Mikal Bridges for 35-year-old Kevin Durant? They did a lot to get him. Okay, he's a big investment. Cat, they gave up a lot. Remember, we gave up Big Ragu and Juju to get Karl Anthony Towns. And you think they just going to let him go after they put that investment in him? After they planned and strategized to get him? And this is the first year that this team is together. You think they're just going to break it up and start over in the summer? Some people are just straight stupid. One of them idiots talking about they're going to be big game hunting. They already been big game hunting. That's why we got the team we got. And they're built the way that Don did this. Not just that he got players that Thibs could work with, but he built this team. Check this out. So you got Brunson locked down for at least the next 4 years. You got Cat locked down for at least the next 4 years. You got OG locked down for 5 years, okay? Deuce is on a contract that's the ridiculous, it's a ripoff to Deuce, but he's got 3 more years on that contract. And they can extend him coming December. This coming December, he's eligible for an extension. And daggone, he should get one, okay? I'm not saying he needs to get $1 billion, but he should be in the $48 to $60 million range. That's how good he is, okay? So you got a core. Now, we still got to deal with Mikal, which I feel like they're going to. That's not going to be a problem. You still got to deal with Josh Hart. They're going to pay Josh Hart, okay? They're going to do that. So you're going to have those guys. But the core is guaranteed. You got Cat, OG, Brunson, Deuce locked down. And if you think they're going to let MitchRob walk, you're stupid. Oh, because you heard he was in the trade last year and they got rejected by Minnesota. Now all of a sudden they shopping him. That's how carried away some of these unbalanced people get. MitchRob is going to be a key to the playoff run right now. Did you see what he did the other day? And that's just a taste. When he gets really acclimated and you have him coming off your bench. So anyway, you want to keep this team together for at least 3 more seasons after this. And let me tell you something right here. It's April 4th, 2025. The Knicks will win a championship in them next 3 seasons. They're going to win at least one. Okay? That's why you keep this team together. You don't start tinkering with it because some big name is out there on your NBA 2K board. You keep this team. They're good enough to run the table. Maybe not this year, but this is their first year together. But give them another year. Same squad. Don't change nothing. Same team. Only difference is you are now going to be adding to that the development of Marchand Beauchamp, the development of Tyler Kolek, the development of Pacome Daddier, and the development of Ariel Hooporti. Small pieces, but back-end pieces that once developed, going to play major. Imagine if you had Hooporti with 1 more year experience when MitchRob went down, and if he could stay healthy the whole year, backing up Cat. We good. And anybody talking the Knicks are big game hunter. See, this is the thing. Y'all believe these cats because they be on national TV, they be on big platforms. They still stupid. They still want clicks. They still getting paid to get clicks. That's what they doing. And they using you as a sucker to get them. They ain't using me though. And the latest thing's killing me. Let me get this off my chest. So all of a sudden now, OG is balling. And people are concerned that Jalen Brunson is coming back. And how you going to keep OG balling? Listen, this is a thing. It's called basketball. And they know how to play. Period. Let's allow them to do what they're being paid millions of dollars to do. See, the analysts just need something to talk about. And that's what told me. They said they ain't got nothing to talk about. That all you going to talk about? Jalen Brunson comes back. How they going to keep OG acclimated? That's the subject matter. This is basketball. Hit the open man, play defense, rebound. OG still going to get his touches. He's been getting his touches. When Jalen Brunson was playing, he was getting his touches. Okay? He's just been shooting more since Brunson's been out because they've been getting the ball to him more. But listen, get him back to his regular touches. He'll just be just as dangerous. Okay? It's basketball. That's all. And it's Knicks basketball. Ain't nothing changed. Do what you do. Brunson's going to get the majority of the shots because that's how they roll. But when he's out, you ain't missing nothing because you got OG. Plus, you got OG and McCall. This is another thing. So McCall Bridges plays 36 minutes on Tuesday night. See, we wanted them to blow the Sixers out so McCall could sit, but they didn't do it. So he had to play 36 minutes Tuesday night to make sure they locked down the dub. So then he's tired. He's always weak on the second night of back-to-back, but he's too proud to sit. So he's going to play. You're talking about a guy that ain't mixed the game in his whole NBA career, going back to his college career, going back to his high school career. So he plays. This is a guy that we're expecting to score somewhere around 20 a game and lock down an opposer. That's two-way basketball. So when he's tired and he gets beat, people say he can't guard somebody or somebody. Some of y'all just need to go be fans of some other team because you want to be coaches or you want to be GMs and you know what the hell you're talking about. When it comes to the playoffs, McCall going to be on lockdown mode. Whoever. Tatum, Brown, Mitchell, whoever. And he's going to have rest between time. He's going to be a problem. As is OG, as is Brunson, as is Deuce, as is Payne, as is DeLon Wright, as is Hart, as is Cat, as is Precious. Problems. As is MitchRob. Problems. So Get on board and stop tripping with these people that are out here suckering you for your click. Anyway, Brunson hopefully for Atlanta, Deuce and Payne for the Suns, one of the Twin Towers for Atlanta, the other one for the Suns. Let's get this dubs. Let's roll. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Shalom.